This is Nick Lowry, my buddy Damon Cornelia. We're going to talk a little more about fighting resistance conditions in Judo. One of the basic things that you run into, you're going to get hooked up with your partner, and you come to grips, and man, he just makes these arms like stiff iron bars. And people have all kinds of frustration because we feel like we have to get our center close to his, and he's pushing me out the whole time, and I can't get in. And I'd like to get in and do my throw, and he's pushing me back the whole time, just driving me out. And you feel like you can't get through these basic stiff arms. And that becomes a big problem for many people. One way you can drill to work against this or to exploit it is you do need to have the stiff arm, and we're going to tie it to a step. So we're going to have him having a right foot step, just one step, no big walking conditions. His arms are stiff like iron rods, and we take our own hands out of it. Now, when you learn this, I recommend just letting your hands dangle at your sides, because if you have them up on him initially, they'll begin to make interference for yourself. You'll start adding pressure, and that will inhibit the movement in your legs that you're trying to develop here. So initially, we're just walking together. I just want my foot landing with his foot. His arms are stiff. I got no hands on him at all. And as he takes this forward step, I track that forward step, and I want to float out on it and just stretch the line. So now, if we draw a line from his back foot to his front foot and to my foot, they're all lining up together. And in this case, my foot is pointed across that line. So when that occurs, boom, and his stiff arms, go ahead and be stiff. And I step right on that line, bang. If you'd see it from the top, his arms that were like a box or square have started to collapse. They're more like a parallelogram. They're starting to see his shoulder get cockeyed and everything. And my foot's across the line, and I think, well, I'd like Osotogari from here, but it seems like a far, far place away. But if you just reach up and you hook, just with the back of your heel, right behind his knee, woo, there we go. You let yourself just scooch in. So let's do that dynamically. He's here. He takes his step. I take my step. I just put my foot right behind and point my toe. Now, once that's in place, of course, our hands can come into play too, but our hands, we want to do this in such a way that we learn to let our hands and our arms and our upper bodies only support the action that the legs are driving. And again, that's why you learn it with no hands at all. So that now that I've got this in place and I can step out here and get this basic position cool, like this, then maybe I'll give myself free rein with my sleeve hand first. This one is still out of the picture. But I only want this to be activated by what's going on with the feet. I don't want to make it into a principal driver. In other words, I don't want to be in a stiff arm relationship and be pulling him here. Because again, if I begin to pull here as I step, wow, he stiffens into that, his body tenses around it, he starts shoving me backwards, my foot doesn't land in the right place. Okay? So it's critical that you get the foot placement first, then you let the hands come into the picture, but only to support the action of the throw. Okay? Now you don't always get that. Sometimes we have the stiff arm and the foot's coming forward, and we're going to have a different thing. I'm going to land the foot across the line and basically in line with his line. I'd like my foot to land down the line of his foot, but my toes pointing at him. So as that occurs, whoop, his body is now in a strange condition. If it's very stiff, he winds up still square here, but his hips aren't aligned with his legs anymore. His legs are now off kilter from the line of his shoulders. And as that occurs to him, I put my foot up right on his outside knee. And we basically, let's do it from this line. His foot comes down, my foot goes down, my foot touches his knee. And then I just hang there and follow his normal demise. Once that's happening, and that's cool, and you can just reach out and touch his knee like it ain't no big thing, then again, we add the foot with the hand. And I do recommend one hand at a time. He's got his stiff arms on me. Boom, good. I set my foot in place, and I put one hand here. This is the hand at the sleeve. I've got that working, then I'll probably put the other hand in it. Right here, boom, boom. And we just guide him on over. Makes for a very nice application adhesive. But again, build it with no hands at all. And the final one that you probably want to build, it's kind of fun. Again, he's got his nice stiff position. And his foot's coming forward. And we get right here. And we're just going to come back at him a little bit with our shoulders and pick his foot up. This is just a foot sweep. Boom. Here we are. Boom. Right there. Now, as you do that, we'll let our shoulders do it. The normal turn, and his body will start to get weak to the outside length. And we're not looking for a complete throw all the time. We're just looking for the basic instability. He's in his position, he's stout, he's solid, and boom, just as his foot starts to get weightless, we just want to own that foot. Boom, right there. Boom, right there. We got that happening. He's a one-footed problem. He still feels pretty square, he feels pretty solid, but his one foot's off the ground. Then we add in again the sleeve grip hand. So here we go. That's working pretty well. Then we can let the collar come back. So again, stiff arms. He lifts it up, we pick it up. He lifts it up, we pick it up, we grip. He lifts it up, we pick it up, we grip. And this collar grip comes back into it. So I'd recommend working your resistance conditions in just this manner. The beginning is no hands at all. He can do whatever he likes, and all I get to do is my Ashi Waza positions with no hands whatsoever. And he's holding you out and in these odd positions, here and here. He's in this odd position. Whoa, I missed it. He's here perhaps as well. But you do them all only with the feet first. Only with the feet. The no-handed guy. Got no arms. The armless fellow. Until you can accommodate and capture the positions at the knees, the ankles, and the feet with your feet, and catch them at a high probability, and at that point, then let the hands come back in to support them. But if you learn it trying to break down his arms from your hands, trying to bust through this or bust through that, you will inhibit the movement of your feet, you'll inhibit your placement of your feet, you'll have a hard time ever getting your center in control of his center. So, that's my recommendation. Try it out, see if you like it. Hope it works for you. Thank you.